God's chosen one, pay attention or you will regret every breath you take. Do not look away. I am speaking to you with urgency because what is unfolding around you is not small, and if you ignore this moment, you may miss a turning point that was prepared before you were born. This warning is not about fear, but about awakening, because I am drawing you closer to protection, breakthrough, and a shift that can change the direction of your life. If you feel this stirring in your spirit, do not scroll past it or silence it, because what I am about to reveal is meant for you alone, and it carries weight for your future. Comment, Amen. When I say pay attention, I am telling you that distractions have been stealing your focus, while I have been arranging doors in places you thought were closed forever. If you keep looking away, you will overlook the very signs that prove I am working behind the scenes for your good. I do not speak to condemn you, I speak to alert you, because your obedience in this season determines the peace you will walk in next. There is something forming in your life that requires your awareness, and if you ignore it, you may later wish you had listened more closely. This is not a threat of punishment, but a call to alignment, and your response matters deeply. Within this moment, I ask you from your heart to like the video, not for attention, but because your small act of faith and agreement opens your spirit to receive what I am pouring out right now. I am reminding you that you are chosen, not by accident, not by chance, but by divine intention that stretches far beyond what you can see. You have survived storms that should have broken you, and you have endured silence that could have made you bitter, yet you are still here because I have covered you. Do not look away from this truth, because when you understand that you are protected, you begin to walk differently. I am guiding you into clarity, and your focus is the key that unlocks it. You may wonder why I speak with such intensity, and it is because I see what approaches before you do. There are decisions near you that carry long consequences, and your awareness will determine whether you step into blessing or unnecessary struggle. I have placed wisdom within you, but you must slow down enough to hear it rise. When you rush, you move ahead of my timing, and when you move ahead of my timing, you create burdens I never intended for you to carry. Pay attention to your thoughts, your relationships, and your surroundings, because I am whispering through them in ways you have not fully noticed. You are not just anyone, you are mine, and that is why I refuse to let you drift carelessly into regret. Regret is not my desire for you, growth is, and growth requires attention and courage. I am strengthening you from the inside, so that when challenges come, you will stand firm and not collapse under pressure. You have been through seasons where you felt overlooked, but I have never taken my eyes off you. Even now, I am aligning people, opportunities, and resources in your favor, and your awareness will help you recognize them when they appear. There is protection around you that you cannot see, and there are dangers I have already diverted without you ever knowing. That is my love, quiet yet powerful, steady even when you doubt. Do not look away from the lessons I am teaching you in this hour, because each one prepares you for the elevation that is coming. I am building endurance in you, shaping your character and refining your faith so that you can handle the blessing without being crushed by it. Comment 1212. Understand this clearly. I am not speaking to frighten you, but to awaken you to the seriousness of your calling. You have asked for change, for favor, for open doors, and now I am preparing you to walk through them responsibly. If you ignore the preparation, you risk mishandling the very answer you prayed for. Pay attention to the conviction in your heart when something feels wrong, and pay attention to the peace when something aligns with my will. I am guiding you step by step, and your willingness to listen will keep you safe and steady. I know the struggles you carry quietly, the doubts you rarely speak, and the battles you fight when no one else is watching. I have seen your tears, and I have counted them as seeds that will grow into joy at the right time. Do not look away from me when life becomes overwhelming, because I am closest when you feel weakest. There are moments approaching that will look ordinary at first glance, yet they will carry the weight of destiny. If you are distracted, you will treat them casually and move on, unaware that they were doors marked with my fingerprint. I am asking you to slow your pace, to breathe deeply, and to examine what unfolds around you with spiritual awareness. I do not rush the process, and I do not waste pain, because everything I allow has purpose woven into it. You have felt tired in ways that sleep could not fix, and weary in ways that words could not explain. That heaviness did not come to destroy you, it came to teach you dependence on me instead of your own strength. When you tried to carry everything alone, you felt the strain, but when you surrendered even slightly, you sensed relief. Pay attention to that difference, because it reveals the path I am guiding you toward. I am teaching you discernment in this season, because not every opportunity is meant for you, and not every voice deserves your trust. Some doors glitter but lead to emptiness, while others look simple yet hold deep peace and growth. If you move carelessly, you will chase what sparkles instead of what sustains. I am sharpening your instincts, so that when something is not aligned with my will, your spirit will feel unsettled, and you will know to step back. You have asked me for elevation, and elevation requires clarity. When you rise, more eyes will observe you, and more responsibility will rest on your shoulders. I am strengthening your foundation now, so that when influence expands, you remain humble and grounded. Attention is the discipline that keeps you aligned with truth even when praise surrounds you. There are people in your life whose roles are shifting, and you can sense it even if you have not admitted it yet. Some are stepping closer because they are assigned to support your growth, while others are quietly moving away because their season with you has ended. Do not cling to what I am releasing, and do not fear what I am sending. When you pay attention, you will see that every change carries intention. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. The regrets I warned you about are not about small mistakes. They are about ignoring the guidance that could save you from deep sorrow. I do not want you to look back years from now, wishing you had listened more carefully when I nudged your heart. Every breath you take is a gift, and I want those breaths filled with purpose rather than regret. That is why I speak firmly, because your future matters to me more than your comfort in the present. There is a blessing forming that requires your cooperation. It will not drop into your hands without participation, because I am partnering with you, not controlling you. You must choose obedience when it feels inconvenient, and faith when it feels uncertain. Comment 333. You are protected in ways you have never fully understood. There were accidents that could have happened but did not, conversations that could have destroyed you but were silenced, and plans against you that fell apart without your knowledge. That is my covering over your life, steady and strong. When I tell you not to look away, I am reminding you that awareness keeps you inside that protection. I know that sometimes you feel unseen, especially when your efforts go unnoticed and your sacrifices are not applauded. Yet I see every quiet act of integrity, every time you chose honesty over convenience, and every time you walked away from something that would have harmed your soul. Nothing escapes my sight, and nothing done in righteousness is wasted. Attention to my voice keeps your heart anchored when external validation is absent. You are stepping into a period where small decisions will carry large outcomes. The habit you build today will shape the door that opens tomorrow. The relationship you nurture now will either strengthen or weaken you in the coming months. I am urging you to examine the patterns you repeat and the choices you justify, because subtle compromises grow into heavy consequences if left unchecked. This is also a season of healing, and healing requires you to confront what you would rather ignore. Pain you bury will resurface later, but pain you bring to me can be transformed into wisdom. Do not look away from your wounds, because I am ready to mend them. When you allow me into your broken places, I turn scars into testimonies of resilience. You have doubted your worth more than you admit, measuring yourself against others and feeling inadequate. That comparison is a distraction designed to weaken your focus. I created you with intention, and your path is not meant to mirror anyone else's journey. Pay attention to the gifts I placed inside you, because they are clues to the direction I am leading you. There is a breakthrough on the horizon, but it will require courage to step into it. Fear will whisper that you are not ready, not capable, not strong enough. That voice is not from me, because I do not plant fear in the hearts of my chosen ones. I plant assurance, strength, and a quiet confidence that grows as you trust me more deeply. When I say, do not look away, I am also speaking about your spiritual focus. Do not allow temporary struggles to cloud eternal perspective. What you endure now is shaping character that will sustain you later. I am not just blessing you for today, I am preparing you for longevity and impact that reaches beyond what you can imagine. There will be moments when obedience feels lonely, because not everyone will understand your decisions. Some will question why you walk away from what seems easy or popular. They will not see what I have shown you in private. Trust that the clarity I give you is enough, even when it isolates you for a time. Your faith is being tested, not to break you, but to strengthen you. A muscle grows through resistance, and your spirit grows through trials. Each challenge you overcome increases your endurance and deepens your reliance on me. Attention to my presence during these trials will keep you steady and hopeful. You have survived storms that once felt unbearable, and yet you stand stronger than before. That resilience did not come from your own power alone. It came from my sustaining grace. I was with you in every sleepless night and every silent cry. I am still with you now, guiding you toward calmer waters. I want you to walk confidently, not arrogantly, but securely in the knowledge that you are chosen. Your life carries purpose that cannot be cancelled by temporary setbacks. Even when you stumble, I am ready to lift you if you turn back toward me. Comment 777. Keep your eyes open in the coming days, because confirmation will appear in ways that feel unmistakable. You will sense alignment where there was once confusion. You will feel peace where there was once anxiety. That is how you will know that paying attention has positioned you correctly. There are patterns in your life that have quietly repeated for years. Some of them have strengthened you, but others have delayed you. I am bringing those patterns to your awareness so you can break what no longer serves your growth. If you ignore them, they will follow you into new seasons and create old struggles in fresh opportunities. You feel the shift already. Conversations are changing, priorities are rearranging, and your desires are becoming more refined. That is not random. That is my hand guiding your heart away from what drains you and toward what fulfills you. I am adjusting your appetite so that you crave purpose more than applause and depth more than distraction. Pay attention to the subtle convictions that rise within you. When something feels heavy in your spirit, even though it looks appealing on the outside, that heaviness is my warning. When something feels peaceful, even though it seems risky, that peace is often my confirmation. I speak through discernment, and your sensitivity to it will protect you from regret. Do you know why everyone is talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique leaked from the CIA is changing lives around the world. Backed by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky, because the page may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is deleted. You have been asking for clarity, and clarity requires honesty with yourself. There are excuses you have leaned on because change felt uncomfortable. I am gently removing those excuses so that you can step fully into responsibility. Growth begins where denial ends, and I am calling you into maturity that matches the blessing I am preparing. Your breath is precious, and each one carries opportunity. Regret grows when time is wasted on what does not matter, when pride blocks correction, or when fear stops obedience. I am trying to spare you from that weight. If you remain attentive now, you will look back later with gratitude instead of sorrow. You are not alone in this transformation. I am walking beside you through every decision, even when you feel uncertain. When you pause and ask for direction, I respond with nudges, impressions, and moments of unexpected insight. Do not dismiss those small flashes of understanding, because they are my guidance woven into your daily life. There are relationships that will test your boundaries in this season. Some people will challenge your growth because it makes them uncomfortable. Others will support you because they recognize the calling on your life. Pay attention to who brings peace into your atmosphere and who consistently brings confusion. I am teaching you that attention is a form of stewardship. When you steward your time, your thoughts, and your energy wisely, you align yourself with abundance. When you scatter them carelessly, you create unnecessary struggle. I want you to walk in stability, not constant chaos. There is courage rising within you that you did not have before. Situations that once intimidated you now feel manageable. That is evidence that you are growing, even if the progress feels slow. I am strengthening your inner world so that your outer circumstances do not easily shake you. Comment 1111. You have carried disappointment quietly, especially in areas where you expected quicker results. I saw the effort you put in and the faith you tried to maintain when nothing seemed to change. Those seasons were not empty, they were building endurance and humility in you. The breakthrough that follows endurance will feel more meaningful because you will know what it cost. Do not look away when correction comes. Correction is not rejection, it is redirection. When I expose an area that needs adjustment, it is because I see the potential within you and I refuse to let you settle below it. The discomfort of refinement is temporary, but the strength it produces lasts. Your thoughts shape your direction more than you realize. If you constantly focus on fear, you will move cautiously and miss opportunity. If you constantly focus on doubt, you will hesitate when doors open. I am teaching you to guard your mind so that your actions flow from confidence rooted in me. There are blessings attached to obedience that you cannot manufacture on your own. Some doors open only when you step forward in faith. Some favor appears only after you release what I asked you to let go. Pay attention to my instructions, even when they do not make immediate sense. You have been protected from paths that would have exhausted you. There were choices you almost made that would have entangled you in regret. I redirected you quietly, sometimes through closed doors, and sometimes through sudden changes. That was my mercy, operating before you even knew you needed it. The calling on your life is not small. It may not look dramatic on the outside, but its impact reaches further than you imagine. Your words, your kindness, your integrity, and your perseverance influence people in ways you cannot fully see. That is why your focus matters, because what you carry affects more than just you. I want you to become more intentional with your days. Wake up, aware that your time is sacred. Move through your hours with purpose, instead of drifting through them distracted. When you live intentionally, you create space for me to work more clearly in your life. There will be moments when temptation appears stronger than discipline. In those moments, remember who you are. You are chosen, not average, not forgotten, not accidental. Your identity carries weight, and your decisions reflect that identity. Comment 999. I am also restoring areas where you lost confidence. You experienced setbacks that made you question your abilities. I am rebuilding that confidence, not through pride, but through steady reminders of my presence. When you remember that I am with you, you stop underestimating what you can accomplish. You may feel pressure as responsibilities increase, but pressure can shape you into something stronger. Diamonds form under pressure, and so does resilience. I am not allowing pressure to crush you. I am using it to refine you. Pay attention to how you respond, because your response determines growth. There are habits I am asking you to release. Some of them feel comfortable because they are familiar, but familiarity is not always healthy. Letting go may feel uncertain at first, but freedom often begins with a step away from what once felt normal. Trust that what I remove, I replace with something better. You are entering a period where alignment will become clearer. What belongs in your life will stay with strength and peace. What does not belong will slowly lose its hold. Do not fight the shifts I am creating, because they are clearing space for greater stability. There are hidden strengths inside you that only pressure could reveal. You once believed you were fragile because of how deeply you feel, but your sensitivity is not weakness, it is discernment waiting to be trusted. I shaped your heart that way so you could sense shifts before they fully arrive. When you honor that sensitivity instead of suppressing it, you walk more securely. What if a tiny 7-second brain ritual could erase your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document has revealed a simple 7-second method, now helping everyday people get out of debt and draw in wealth. Tested by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this easy home practice is turning money problems into better lifestyles. People are getting new homes, cars, and travel experiences. But this information could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are also learning that regret often grows from ignored warnings. There were times in your past when you felt a hesitation in your spirit and chose to silence it. That silence cost you peace and led to lessons you had to learn the hard way. I am not reminding you of those moments to shame you, but to sharpen your awareness moving forward. Your life is not random, and your path is not accidental. Every encounter, every delay, and every redirection carries purpose. Even what felt like rejection was protection from what would have drained you. When you look back with clarity, you will see my fingerprints in places you once called misfortune. Pay attention to how your desires are evolving. You no longer crave what once consumed your attention. That change is proof of growth, not loss. I am elevating your vision so that temporary pleasure no longer distracts you from lasting fulfillment. You have sensed that something significant is forming, even if you cannot fully describe it. That sense is real. I am positioning you for a shift that requires mental discipline and emotional maturity. If you remain attentive, you will step into it smoothly instead of stumbling through it. There are voices around you that compete for your focus. Some speak loudly, filled with urgency and fear. Others speak softly, but carry wisdom and stability. Learn to recognize the difference, because the loudest voice is not always the truest one. You are entering a season where silence will become powerful for you. Not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every battle needs to be fought publicly. Pay attention to when I prompt you to remain quiet. Silence at the right time can protect what I am building within you. Comment 555. Your discipline is becoming stronger, even in small ways. You are more careful with your words, more thoughtful with your decisions, and more selective with your energy. Those adjustments may seem minor, but they are shaping your future significantly. Consistency in small things prepares you for responsibility in larger ones. You have also been confronting fears that once controlled you. Situations that once made you shrink now challenge you to stand upright. That courage did not appear overnight. It developed through every trial you endured and every time you chose faith over panic. I want you to understand that attention is not about living in anxiety. It is about living in awareness of my presence and guidance. Anxiety rushes and overwhelms. Awareness steadies and clarifies. When you feel tempted to look away from difficult truths, pause instead. Growth hides inside honesty. If something needs to change, face it gently but firmly. I will give you the strength to confront what once intimidated you. There are blessings attached to patience that cannot be rushed. You have tried to accelerate outcomes before, only to realize later that timing matters. I am aligning circumstances behind the scenes. If you move too quickly, you may disrupt what is still forming. You are being refined in how you respond to disappointment. Instead of collapsing, you are learning to reflect. Instead of blaming, you are learning to adjust. That maturity is a sign that you are ready for greater responsibility. Pay attention to the peace that follows obedience. Even when a decision feels challenging at first, if it aligns with my will, it will eventually produce calm assurance. That peace is confirmation that you chose wisely. Hold on to it when doubt tries to creep back in. You have asked me to expand your influence, but influence begins with character. I am strengthening your integrity so that when doors open, you remain grounded. Attention to your inner life will protect your outer success. Comment 1010. There are moments ahead that will test your focus again. Distractions will appear disguised as opportunities. Old habits will try to resurface under stress. This is why I keep reminding you to stay alert. Your future is not fragile, but your decisions shape how smoothly you enter it. Each act of discipline builds confidence. Each act of awareness builds clarity. I am guiding you step by step so that regret does not take root. You are more capable than you realize. You have navigated complexity before and emerged wiser. Trust that the wisdom you gained from past trials is still with you. It did not disappear. It became part of your foundation. I am also healing areas where comparison once wounded you. You no longer need to measure your progress against someone else's timeline. Your journey unfolds according to my design, not human expectation. When you pay attention to your unique path, you move with less pressure and more purpose. The breath in your lungs is evidence of my continued plan for you. I am not finished shaping you, strengthening you, or positioning you. Every inhale carries possibility. Every exhale releases what no longer serves your growth. You may face moments of fatigue again, but fatigue does not mean failure. Rest when needed, but do not retreat from purpose. There is a difference between restoration and avoidance. Pay attention to which one you are choosing. Your obedience is building unseen favor. Doors will open in ways that surprise you. Connections will form that feel intentional rather than accidental. Those are signs that your attentiveness is aligning you with my design. Do not underestimate how far you have come. The person you are today is not the same as the one who first felt this warning. You are stronger, clearer, and more grounded. That progress is quiet but powerful. I am proud of the resilience you have shown. I am pleased with the humility you are developing. Continue walking closely with me, and you will enter the next chapter prepared rather than overwhelmed. I am not calling you to live tense or guarded. I am calling you to live awake. There is a difference between fearfully scanning for danger and calmly recognizing what aligns with truth. When you are awake in your spirit, you do not panic at every shift. You simply observe and respond with wisdom. Could a CIA-revealed brain ritual be the quickest path to a life of luxury? Newly uncovered CIA research has exposed a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary people attract wealth almost immediately. This 7-second at-home ritual, verified by 4 neuroscience labs, is shifting people from debt to dream houses, cars, and trips. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate because this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is gone. You have underestimated how much your focus shapes your future. Where you place your attention determines what grows in your life. If you feed doubt, doubt multiplies. If you nurture faith, faith expands and steadies your steps. There are subtle blessings already around you that you once overlooked. Small victories, quiet progress, unexpected peace in moments that used to trigger anxiety.